Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. We're just in the game, as you can see they're all standing in base for now, so let's go over the teams quickly, shall we? Starting off with blue team. Who shall I pick? Well, let's start off with Fizz. So Fizz will probably be in the middle for shizzle and me nizzle. Why not? Fizz is very strong lately, he's been picked a lot, and, well, I can't really blame the people that play him because he is so good at just killing a person within seconds, so there's not that much you can do about it. Then in the jungle we will have Lee Sin, who has also been played a lot lately. He used to be called a guy that gets real strong in the mid game and then falls off in the end, but if you play him very well, his utility still remains very great indeed. So you can just use a ward to jump onto it with Safeguard and then knock the squishy towards your team with the Dragon Rage. So he's still pretty viable. Pretty viable indeed. Top lane will be a Riven, always strong, especially in the early and mid game. If she isn't able to get ahead though, then she actually does fall off a little bit. But hey, can't really blame her. She is strong, she will probably do alright. Bottom lane will be an Ezreal and a Janna who will be supporting him. Then off to the red team will go, where there is a Caitlyn, don't you know? AD carry Caitlyn will be assisted by her Sona, who will be the support player. For now they are assisting a jungle Mundo, who are also, back in season 2 you used to see these a lot for a short period of time, or was it even season 1? It was at the same time that Gangplank got played a lot, so it might actually been 1. Nevertheless, it might be 2, doesn't matter all that much, he's still pretty viable. You actually need to have a little bit of spell vamp runes in order to sustain in the jungle, but he has it, you can see it. His Burning Agony actually gave him a little bit of health instead of just, well, burning. And then last but by no means least, and not even last, we have Nidalee, who will be in the middle. Always quite bothersome to play against the Fizz, especially pre-level 6. You can do some damage before he gets all of his spells, but after that you pretty much are toast and you need to farm from far away. And then top lane, we have a Fiora, who of course counters a melee champion quite well with the riposte. She kind of counters an auto attack, which is nice. Then again, Riven, she has kind of a lot of spells as well. As you can see, she's using the Broken Wings right now and then just uses the Valor to get away. And gets a shield for it as well. Now Lee Sin going in the middle, but for now, yes we are going into the middle where Lee Sin pretty low on HP, but it doesn't matter all that much. A nice javelin though by Nidalee. Nice javelin indeed. As I wanted to say, it doesn't matter all that much if you gank a Nidalee and it fails, because she can't really return the favor early on in the game. She can land a javelin, don't get me wrong, but the damage of a Nidalee, pretty much pre-level 6, not really all that big of an issue. So even if Mundo were to gank onto the Fizz, there is not that much that Nidalee is able to do, unless she can land those spears, which is kind of hard on high elo. Let me remind you that I am now casting on the American servers, for the European servers are offline again. Well, they're not really offline, it's just that the queues don't work. And if the queues don't work, then how are you supposed to twerk? You can't. Janna clearing a ward, using the Eye of the Storm to negate most of the damage there. Mundo was in the middle, Lee Sin is actually waiting on the top, so he might get lucky. We'll see, keeping in mind that he is there. Oh, Riven trying to bait it out with a recall there. If you see someone recalling, well, she didn't wait long enough. No, dynamic camera, don't. I'll take control of this. It has to happen right about now. Key burst for the stun. Not strong enough, but Broken Wings underneath the turret. This might be dangerous. Resonating Strike is not enough. And no one died. Which is quite impressive, to say the least. Fizz is coming, though. Or is he? He is, so she needs to recall immediately. I think she will succeed, though. Yes, indeed. And she's gone. Fizz will now find no one, and if he fails to get the kill onto Mundo, it won't be worth it. But guess what? Nice flash into the bush, though. He couldn't use his dash, but I don't think that... yeah, it's not enough. The Ignite combined with the Sea Stone Trident is, well, a lot of anti-healing, which is bad for a Mundo, and, well, it's a lot of damage over time as well. Especially with the combination of Ignite and the Sea Stone Trident. who basically does the same thing. It's like having a double ignite, really. So, a poor Mundo actually dying there, trying to save, well, the tower for Fiora, but in the end that wasn't really worth it. Now, Fizz, great way that he ganked. Mundo just died at the point that blue buff wasn't there though, so that's pretty funny. But a red buff works the same as a Seastone Trident as well. It also does damage over time. Ezreal taken low, but a very nice exhaust by Janna. I think that saved him, to be honest. Reducing the damage of the Pit Over Pacemaker. So, 5 minutes into the game, Pit Over Pacemaker being dodged there by Ezreal. He needs to be careful. If one lands, and Janna is not in time with the Eye of the Storm shield, then, well, Ezreal might die. Here she comes again. What Caitlyn can do, she has flash. If she has a headshot ready, she can just flash in and auto-attack the Ezreal, and he will probably die. Then again, it is very dangerous to do, especially if you don't know where the enemy jungler is. In which he is over there. There is a pink ward. They don't know he's there. Well, they do now. He walks over the ward at the jungle. Will we see him land the Sonic Wave? He backs away. Safeguards to gank another day. Nidalee being forced at her tower. Luckily that Fizz doesn't have blue, or else it would have been even more pushing. He is level 6, so that might be dangerous. Bottom lane, Janna just walks on a trap, but survives. Mundo spotted, apparently. Yes, yeah, indeed, there was a ward, and oh my, that javelin was so close, as well as that infected cleaver. Top lane still being quite the passive-aggressive lane that it is. They try to do damage onto each other, but because of riposte, and because of course, Riven is quite a fast, cheeky champion, they kind of negate each other. Oh, Fizz going in hard, using the playful trickster to jump over a wall. Bottom lane gets aggressive as well. As Fizz is just backing away for now, I will stay here. Oh, let's go to the middle, where Nidalee is now level 6 and she wants to use takedown onto Lee Sin. Lee Sin going in hard though. The ignite might be enough. A few more auto attacks should be fine, or if she can land a javelin, then a javelin would be fine. But in the end, nothing happens. Fizz still has chummed the waters. Nidalee needs to run away now. Instead, she gets baited by the Lee Sin to remain a little bit longer. Fizz is now there. Playful tricksters for the kill. That's not how it goes, Nidalee. She needs to dodge a chum the waters. Actually, he used it. Well, then nice play there, Nidalee. Luckily that Chum the Waters was used for a gank on top, apparently. I didn't see it. Well, I wasn't watching there either, so you can't really blame me. Well, you can. Actually, I am to blame. Blame me. So, Blade's Waltz is ready for Fiora, though the Blade of the Exile is also ready for Riven. So, maybe a kill will happen on top. Though I think that there's really no need for Riven to go hard. Well, she is going hard though. That's a lot of damage that Riven is just doing onto Fiora, and she was unable to return it. That's the weird thing. They both used equal abilities, but it's just, well, she's a Fiora. What can she do? It's a Riven, for crying out loud. One of the strongest laners in the world. Oh, Ezreal almost gets hit by a Pit Over Pacemaker, and this time around there wasn't a shield for Janna to come. Then again, it wouldn't have been big enough anyway. Well, the Pit Over Pacemaker, that is. The health of Ezreal was... Oh, there's a headshot, Ezreal! Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, this is Blade of the Exile being used there onto Fiora. Will she be able to get away? She'll get knocked up by the final Broken Wings. And then just finishes up with the active ability. Not much she could have done there, except of course standing at her tower at all costs. Fizz wants to roam. Nidalee lands a spear though. Lee Sin is in kind of a bad position now. Chum the Waters is ready, so Nidalee can't do it by herself. Misses the second javelin, but it was close. It was close, Nidalee. I still give you... Ugh, that one was close as well. Fizz is doing what a Fizz does best, dodging. Well, dodging another one with the playful trickster there. Lee Sin just driving by for some lane tags as my mouse goes crazy. Lee Sin not getting hit. Mundo recalling, and Riven is probably going to recall as well. There you have it. Fizz going for a roam once more. He doesn't have a ward, so he's purely roaming for good luck, really. Well, Mundo was there, but he did recall, so there's no one to kill there. As long as Fizz pushes his lane far enough and then goes in for roaming, it's worth it. It's not that bad what he's doing, but he is wasting some of its time. He might go for the Raves, actually. Though Nidalee is pushing rather hard as well, not giving the Fizz a chance to roam, using her kitty cougar form to try and push lane as hard as possible, meaning that Fizz needs to return or else he will miss experience and possible lost hits. A nice javelin again by Nidalee. With her blue buff, she is able to put down a lot of them. She can even farm from safety where Fizz cannot reach her with just throwing down of javelins. Lee Sin going in for a gank. Yes, that will be more than enough. The crescendo was nice though. Lee Sin with a great kick combined with the monsoon. Maybe not the best of targets. The infected cleaver gets a kill. Nidalee is now coming in from the rear as well. Caitlyn is fairly low. Will she be able to survive? Nope. Ezreal now going to get aced in the hole. And one auto attack should be enough. It won't be enough. The ignite will be though. So that's actually a great counter engage by Red Team. But it's not over yet for Fizz. Wants to get a double kill. He will have one. Will he get a second? Nope. He needs to run away and a javelin to the face. Big disgrace. Nice play again by the Nidalee player. And by Red Team in general. The Ezreal was so close in getting the Caitlyn. But because they were fighting inside the brush, Caitlyn got more headshots than Ezreal had heads. To be honest. Which sounds dubious now that I think about it. Sorry for that. Top turret has been destroyed by Riven. Fiora wasn't there at her tower. Maybe she went middle and pushed that one instead. Which could have been viable, really. A middle turret is way more important than a top turret. Lunges to a super minion, though. She might be in trouble. She really just wanted to farm the super minion. She will have to Blades Wall. Dodges the Blade of Exile active there. And a flash in by Riven now. She is in a bad position. Nidalee is there as well. Mundo is keeping her slowed. He does not... Yes, he has the sadism, so he should be fine. And it's a killing spree for Nidalee. So 5-5. It is Red Team, however, with a gold lead. I wonder why. The turrets are quite equal. Maybe they're out farming. The jungler is out farming, but other than that, it is bottom lane Caitlyn that is out farming the Ezreal quite a bit. Now, I can't really blame Ezreal for that. He has a Janna in the lane, which is mostly not really the most aggressive support. Well, not compared to a Sona at the very least. Caitlyn's Sona is such a huge... well, push comp and, well, damage dealing comp. You pretty much can't win that lane, especially not pushing wise. But Ezreal is doing quite well. 20 CS is still a hassle, and there's a kill advantage for Caitlyn as well as 2 more assists. Yeah, sorry for that. 12 minutes into the game and the dragon hasn't been taken yet. Normally this is about the time that dragon fights erupt. As you can see, pings are already going down. Lee Sin is just having a stroll. He will get spotted by the Mundo there, who is 2 levels ahead on Lee Sin. He gets javelin into the face. He can't escape Nidalee. The takedown should be enough. He Sonic's waves, but it's not enough. The red buff is more than enough to get a kill onto Lee Sin. That spear did a lot of damage. And why is that, you might ask? Well, Nidalee, well, with her killing spree, as well as, of course, her basic farm, has already got a needlessly large rod. Oh, will this be a steal? Close, but no cigar. Or a dragon. Close, but no dragon. So now a dragon advantage as well for Red Team, as well as a kill advantage. A small farm advantage for bottom lane. But it is a 2,000 gold lead almost for Red Team. So it's looking rather bleak. Of course, you have Riven, who is of course dominating her top lane. And if a Riven is able to snowball, not even a Nidalee can stop her, even if she's fed, unless she throws the perfect spear down. Riven actually tanking a little bit too much there. The ignite will get the kill. Nidalee trying to secure it. Would give an extra assist, but it is better that Fiora gets the kill there. Actually, Riven now being too aggressive. She is stronger than Fiora. She knows that. That does not mean that you can just stand underneath a turret all day taking hits like there's no tomorrow. Spoiler alert, there is a tomorrow. If there wasn't a tomorrow, then I'm sorry that I lied to you. You never know. You never know. 5-7 now. Riven with a very dastardly dive there onto Fiora. Might make it so that she... I thought she would have been the saving grace there for blue team. Well, Fizz is doing well as well, but a Riven that is unstoppable is literally unstoppable. Not an AP Nidalee can't do anything about that. She should be able to dodge out of the spears, and if she doesn't get hit by the spears, she will die. Rabadon's death cap being purchased by Nidalee now. That's quick as well. Pings are saying that Fizz is missing, and correct indeed. Fizz is already approaching from the bottom side. But Fiora, after the pings, decide, well, okay team, if you say so, I will just walk away and be safe for today. Which she was. Nidalee going in pretty close to a Fizz, really. Fizz is able to do a lot of damage. He has the Lich Bane. So if he's able to just do his full combination, Nidalee might die. She does have flash, however, so she should be fine for now. However, if Fizz would use his combo, she will have to force to burn a flash. Oh my, not anymore after that javelin. Bottom lane getting aggressive as well. Caitlyn dealing a lot of damage just because of her range. There's not much you can do about that. As well, of course, as the damage potential of a Sona, as you can see right about now. Another headshot. Nope, goes straight for a minion. There is a crescendo ready to go, and I'm surprised that she hasn't used it yet. Janna is very low indeed. A little bit too aggressive play there by Sona. Caitlyn wasn't there, so Ezreal was able to do a lot of damage onto you. This should be a crescendo, however. Not again? Well, an ace in the hole will get blocked by Ezreal. Easy enough, and now Fizz is approaching. She does have crescendo, but guess what? Playful Trickster will be used just for that. It doesn't matter. She's just dead either way. The 90 caliber net gets dodged there some weird way, and it's a double kill for Fizz. Nidalee now going in, gets one. She is surrounded by 4 players though, so she needs to run away. The Dragon Rage will not land, and she just jumps over the wall, tries to throw a javelin onto the Fizz, but it didn't work out in the end. So thank God Nidalee went down for a little while just to get a single kill, because else that would have been detrimental for the bottom lane. For now it's 50-50. Of course, it's not over yet. Nidalee is coming up from the sides. Will find herself a nice little Lee Sin. Will get a spear to the face. He did not see that one coming. Ha! Ha! Blind people jokes. Riven found her way to the middle. Why not? She has been pushing Fiora very hard, actually, to her own tower. It's already near below 50%. So Nidalee is now forced back into the middle lane to farm a big cannon minion. Acha! And she does. Riven now returning to her lane. There is a ward there and she doesn't want to walk over it. Janna now walking on a Nidalee trap, revealing her position to Mundo, who wants to throw an infected cleaver onto her, but she's not interested. And if you're not interested, then you can't possibly get infected. Well, that's not true, really. Well, something is going down. Pings are going down. There is a Janna though, so she will spot the Mundo probably. Javelin gets dodged by the Fizz, so not much going down. Fiora actually going hard onto the Riven. Blades waltz for a lot of damage with the Ravenous Hydra. Will she be able to get away? Well, after a flash, most certainly, girl. As Ezreal shot a Mystic Shot onto the face of Caitlyn. Ezreal goes in hard, however, goes in a little bit too hard, one might say. Crescendo is off cooldown. If used correctly, this could be detrimental, but Sona doesn't want to use it. She hates using it, apparently. Well, maybe it's my bad. They don't know where Lee Sin is, so she doesn't want to go in too hard. Nidalee finds himself at Lee Sin, but he is taken so fairly low. There's no escape. Shot down for the Lee Sin, and he wants more. Sona now running away. She needs to dodge the Sonic Wave, though. Will flash out of it. Is it over? Probably so. So a kill onto the Nidalee, who blindly jumped into the fangs of a Lee Sin. If he has fangs. Not really, now that I think about it. Mundo now just farming away. Has been doing a great job farming, I might say, especially for a jungler, meaning that he can take Fizz, apparently. But Fizz, of course, negates his healing, will jump over the infected cleaver, and will get a quick kill for that. So Mundo, he was correct in thinking that he could take Fizz. However, he waited a little bit too much, and therefore the anti-healing negated most of his healing from the sadism, and that wasn't really worth it. But I must commemorate him for farming all that well. Now Fiora showing that she has been farming quite well as well. Not as much as the Caitlyn, of course, but she is Caitlyn. What can you do about it? Actually, highest farm in the game is for Riven, which is understandable. She was dominating her lane constantly, and she has been pushing constantly. Very far, I might say, but she is Riven. She can use her high mobility to get away out of pretty much all sticky situations. Ezreal wants to go in hard again. He is a very aggressive Ezreal there. Crescendo again not being used. I wonder why. Monsoon now being used to interrupt the Caitlyn ult there. So that was a nice play by Janna. Nidalee now coming in from above. Gets the ignite onto Janna. That should be a kill. Ace in the hole now, because it was interrupted before the cast happened at only a small cooldown. Now Lee Sin wants to go in hard onto these. Oh my, that's a big heal coming down from Nidalee. Throws a javelin onto the Ezreal, so that's a quick kill. Now Fizz is there. We'll probably clean it up. A nice bit of a pacemaker. We'll get the kill onto Lee Sin. So adieu, mon ami. Bye bye. You did great. And a cleanup for the Fizz, whilst Mundo took a dragon. So Basically, you might say worth it for red team, but keep in mind that red team was further ahead in the game than they are now. So in a way, red team has been kind of little by little losing control over this game. Not that they had that much control to begin with. Nidalee just had a huge killing spree on her face and she gave it to the Lee Sin, who is now 3-3. Which is great in comparison to Mundo. And he's catching up on farm as well for Mundo. So Mundo trying to step it up. He'll probably do it. He did just take a dragon for his team. So he's doing great as well. Don't get me wrong. Now I'm interested to see how Fiora actually is going to do against the Riven. Because we saw her killing Riven before. So if she is able to play it correctly, she might be able to snowball into the powerhouse that a Fiora can become. She has the Ravenous Hydra. If you Blade Waltz with the Ravenous Hydra into the entirety of the enemy team, they'll take a lot of damage. Riven wants to go in hard, will get reposted to the face. Fiora does have a red buff, so there literally is no escape for the Riven. She uses Valor, not enough, and that's a killing spree for the Fiora. Even though she was that far behind, even though she is able to do tons of damage onto the Riven, who was aggressing onto Fiora before. Mundo trying to save this tower, but I don't think it will be enough. This is an aggressive Ezreal after all. Janna now going in for the auto-attacks. Lee Sin with the finisher. And now Mundo getting snared for eternity. Apparently he wasn't moving. I wonder why. This team does not have stuns. Lee Sin probably Dragon Rage team. No, he didn't. Well, never mind. Bottom lane coming as to say hi. Hello, my name is Caitlyn. How are you doing? This is my ace and the whole Fiora is there as well. Nidalee Spear gets blocked by Fizz in a way, you might say. But it's not over yet for the poor little bastard as he dies to the claws of, well, Sona, to be honest. Sona could flash in for a kill. No, she cannot. Ace in the hole will be more than enough. Barrier has been popped by Ezreal. And it's a cleanup pretty much for red team, who did great. They did lose their middle tower though. Another spear hitting by Nidalee. The poke team will commence its pokingness, as they are very good at that. Riven now forced away from the tower, and they could continue doing this, really. They have a poke comp, they have Sona to heal, they have Nidalee to heal, so they can stand there forever. If one Nidalee spear lands, then they have an edge in a team fight. There's not much they could do. Lee Sin just got hit by a spear and he'll probably be forced to get away. Another spear landing onto the Janna there. And Riven trying to do all she can. A great monsoon by Janna, but it's not over yet. Oh, Valor's away to safety there. That was close. But another tower now going down for red team once more. The inner middle tower destroyed, which will give so much jungle pressure for red team into the blue team's jungle. This is gonna be hard for them. Especially if red team just decides to continue their poke comp, they should be fine. I personally don't believe that blue team has an answer for the poke comp. If they're able to all in, then they might win, don't get me wrong. Though, I don't know, it should be hard. Fiora is a damage house as well, so even if blue team would engage onto red team perfectly, it needs to be perfect. Well, that's the thing, it needs to be perfect. If not, then they might even lose that. So we shall see. For now, red team actually has no reason to push middle. So they might decide to push bottom, where they also have dragon control. It is only 24 minutes into the game, give or take, so they shouldn't be rushing it out, really. Personally, I find that the end game of red team is just as strong as that of blue team, if not stronger. Then again, Nidalee falls off. It depends how you play this game, really. Her heals are quite strong and her spears will do damage. The thing is, if you can't land them, then you're pretty much ineffective as a Nidalee. Ineffective, sorry. That's a lot of damage coming down from those infective cleavers. Keep in mind that they do percentual damage, so if Mundo were to build some magic penetration, then it would be 100% percentual damage. And that's 25% of your current health, by the way. Nidalee Spear does not land on the Fizz. Will they be able to turn this around? Blue team is backing off. They could have done a little bit more, I believe. But it's not over yet, of course. Riven is pushing the middle. They're split pushing quite hard. Fiora will be able to prevent the split pushing from Lee Sin, though. And Mundo will now be there to prevent the Riven from split pushing. So it's a 3v3, a 1v1 and a 1v1. And given that they are facing a poke comp, it is quite hard for blue team. However, they're doing quite a good job at trying to destroy the tower. Boom, miss goes the javelin. and as well as the Riven. They have no idea where she is. There is a trap here, but nobody walked on it. So now pings are going down onto the middle lane. Who is going towards there? I don't know, but it is going to be an engage by Fizz. He gets exhausted, so that's a lot. Amazing crescendo! The backhand hits both the support and the AD carry, and that will be a bye-bye for Fizz. See you later, alligator. Well, he's just a regular fish, he's not a reptile. And now it's going to be Fiora trying to get a kill. Will get key bursted into damnation. Will try to launch towards Riven, but Riven is long gone, and she will survive. Fiora, she's scary. Riven now doesn't have an answer for her. It used to be the other way around in the beginning of the game. It's what I find hilarious. Dragon is about to spawn. 8 seconds remaining. The entirety of red team is there, so this should be a free dragon. Well, free. They did fought for it valiantly. It's weird actually that blue team gave red team what I wanted from red team that they were to do. So I thought if red team pushes the bottom lane, they'll have dragon control. But it was actually blue team that decided to push bottom, making it fair game for red team, because personally that's what they wanted to do to begin with. Blue team should actually, well, I don't know, they can't really force anything now that they're behind, so they'll just have to try and pick someone up, really. We'll see. They could try and just push top lane as hard as they can, but because Fiora has become the powerhouse that she is now, they don't have an answer for her. Riven is not enough, we've seen it before. Riven can't hold Fiora, so she can't split push. But if they put any more players on top... A nice steal there by Fiora, taking both the golems there. Riven trying to do something, will use her broken wings. She actually is able to return the damage quite a bit. Keep in mind she still has the active there, and that's a shutdown for Riven. Never mind what I said. Riven does have an answer for the Fiora, but Fiora did not use her Blades Vault there, which is what I find weird. The turret now being destroyed as well. They're continuously pushing there. Riven now almost destroying the top turret. She did. Mundo getting very low. Will not get hit by the Mystic Shot. Ezreal flashing after him. There is no escape. Dodges another Mystic Shot. Run, Mundo boy. But there's an auto attack in which you can't do anything about. Apparently, a weird flash coming down from Sona. It was quite effective, but not as effective as you would like. And now Nidalee is there with the poke engage. A very nice crescendo once more. Fizz is going down. Janna will probably follow. There's no escape for that. The ace in the hole will get blocked. Another spear hitting by Lee Sin. Red team will continuously harass them for that. Caitlyn gets one. Lee Sin tried to be a little bit too aggressive there. Flashing by Nidalee, which does negate some of her javelin damage there. She really wants the Janna. Pings are going down, however. A dodge away. Ezreal is still quite strong, but a heal by Nidalee will make it so that he needs to back off. The red buff will be more than enough by Caitlyn, and one more spear will finish it up, and it's a kill for Nidalee. Riven is now approaching from the rear, however. Rear guard Riven coming up. She is level 18, so she is a lean, mean killing machine. There are a lot of traps in that bush, though, and she is not willing to walk on them. So instead, let us farm some golems. Oh, what? Blue team wants to initiate here? Well, fine. Give it what you got. I'm Riven, boy. Key strike into a lot of damage. That's not enough damage, though. And it was a key burst, not a key strike. Yes. So, first, I thought great fight for blue team. They are turning this game around. And then the fight just dragged on a little bit too long. And the constant harass from Nidalee and the Caitlyn from afar made it so that little by little, blue team got pinked down and they had to run away, which you can't from a Nidalee. She is a very fast champion, especially when she has a Caitlyn with a red buff as well coming down for you. She can slow you down from afar. Nidalee going back with the poke. She has a blue buff, so that's nice for her. Another spear gets dodged there. Fizz wants to go in hard. Ezreal again with a very aggressive arcane shift there. He's been doing those all game. Dragon Rage now being used to disengage, and the Howling Gale as well. Perfect disengage material there. And a blue team's turret has been destroyed. Which one? Top lane. Oh my. The minions were doing quite the effective job there. Of course, Fiora did push it quite hard earlier on in the game. Fizz now in a very bad position. He can of course play full trickster if needed be. So it's red team actually disengaging there. They are wondering what they will buy, probably. Nidalee probably has enough for the hourglass, so that will be nice. Fizz already has his hourglass, but then again, he doesn't have a Rabadon's Death Cap. He does have a Lich Bane, though. Be interesting to see whether or not Nidalee will go for the Lich Bane. It is an awesome item for an AP Nidalee. It will also make it so that you can do a lot of damage in the end game. But it also means that you have one spot less for items. Jesus Christ, she had enough for a Void Staff as well? Well, Nightspectre, if you checked the money, you would have been able to see it. She has 11,000 gold. Caitlyn has 12,000 gold. That's a lot. The only ones close are Fizz and Riven, which is not that close. Ezreal isn't even close by that means, so that's a lot of gold in favor of the AD carry of red team in comparison to the AD carry of blue team. Dragon is about to spawn, 1 minute and a half remaining. A red team will probably go for that. Maybe if blue team has great ward control, they might do a cheeky Baron instead, but I don't think that the dragon would actually survive long enough, especially if Fiora is there. She can kill dragons very quickly. Nidalee trying to throw down all the pain, but she doesn't have a blue buff anymore. They do have a ward on the enemy's blue buff, so if she wants to steal it, she can. Nidalees are very good at stealing blue, like a Lux pretty much. Well, Lux is more effective, of course, but that's because of her long range of Finalis Funkeln, Final Spark. So for now, I would just wait and let the poke game commence. Oh my, Lee Sin, that wasn't a smart safeguard there. It did negate the damage onto Ezreal, but yeah. If this continues, then pretty much red team needs to do is continue this poke. They aren't actually required to have a dragon or a baron. They can just poke the team, as far as blue team doesn't have an answer for it. 30 seconds remaining, pings are going down on the bottom lane. Blue team wants to push all their lanes. Top lane is starting to push for red team, but Fiora is probably going to return there after she takes the red buff. We'll see. Yes, she's going for red buff first. Dragon is about to spawn. Blue team is in position, however, and keep in mind, Fiora is on top. They don't know where she is, though, so as far as she remains into the fog of war, then blue team won't initiate. If they would have known, then this would have been dangerous for blue team. Though, keep in mind, Nidalee is landing some of her spears. Ooh, nice dodge there, Ezreal. So it also means that if blue team wants to engage, they need to engage with lower half, which is not something you want. Dragon now being started, Nidalee being started as well. Sonic Wave lands, so they have vision onto the dragon thanks to Nidalee, but it's just a quick kill nevertheless. And now red team wants to take it further. They want to get kills, and it's Fiora that's going in hard. Will she Blade Waltz? Not yet, because Riven and Fizz are going down onto the Nidalee. No, it's a Caitlyn, I'm sorry, but she still had her Guardian Angel, so was it worth it going down so hard? Fiora doing tons of damage onto the entirety of the team. Ace in the hole for Caitlyn will get the kill. And my god, 2 people remaining. Monsoon being used there, but Crescendo was still off cooldown. Bye-bye, Argentina. And that is the ace for red team. They went too hard, blue team did, as the surrender goes down. But what I first wanted to say, they burned a lot to get a quick kill onto Caitlyn. And to be honest, the kill wasn't that quick onto Caitlyn. They burned all their ultimates, both Riven and Fizz. They went in hard, and what did it make? It just destroyed the Guardian Angel for Caitlyn, which isn't all that bad because she popped straight up after that. So it was a quick cleanup. Who would have guessed that a PokeComp would win a teamfight that hard? Well, Fiora did great with that Blade Wall, so yeah, there's that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I'll do it. Sorry for the lack of videos. I am trying to get back into the groove, finding dates in which I can make a lot of videos because it's been quite busy. Well then, thank you for watching, and goodbye.